Play this video. What's this video called?
Patriot Suite.
How old is this guy? He's got to be in his like 80s, right?
Roger Stone. I'm not really too sure. He's definitely smooth though. I tell you.
He's got a giant. Doesn't he have a giant tattoo of Richard Nixon on his back?
Yeah, it's not too big, not giant, but that's me and my dog Enrique right there. Enrique Tario.
Look at this guy. this dude.
That's awesome.
I don't even know what he really does. What is he? What is he? What
He's got
is
some
Roger Stone?
podcasting and doing stuff. He was a great friend of Donald Trump.
Wasn't he like what
pardoned
was
by Trump?
Oh, okay.
He'll start dancing here in a minute. But so we shot that outside of the CPAC 2 years ago. I remember it was receiving. But like, pause that. Go back and try to pause that.
On the bike?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you something. So pause that. Like, this is what I'm talking about, the MAGA community. If somebody shows up with a bicycle with a picture they got with me on the back, framed, riding around all day. I didn't call him and say, come out there. This is like, these are why I'm outside with the people.
Yeah.
Get what I mean? This guy had that done himself. He riding his bike, riding around with pictures of me, and just showing that he's with me.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? That's crazy fan base.
Yeah.
What? So what's the deal with that Matt
There
Gates
he
guy?
is.
Look at this guy.
Oh, my dog, Roger Stone. So Matt Gates, you know.
Like, I didn't know anything about him until that whole scandal came out.
But, I mean, not to speak too much crazy on it, but everyone, they put a scandal on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being successful is a gift and a curse, and it's almost the biggest curse ever because they're going to try to get any dirt they can get on you and just hold it for the right time. And then be like, oh, yeah, check this out. You don't want to pass this or do this. This is going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes with Pence, who knows what they had on Mike Pence? Pence turned his back on Trump, right? Let the votes go through. That's why a lot of people were so pissed on January 6th and Patriots, you know, Mike Pence. But how do you know Mike Pence sometime in his career or something didn't date a 17-year-old or something crazy happened and they're like, well, we're going to do this? Or, I mean, it's dirty pool in politics. You know, it's almost a little scary for some of these people. So someone like Roger Stone to show me well, be in my videos. Matt Gates, you can look up him. I did a song and video with him. He's in my music video. So like Roger Stone was inside CPAC. All these people outside can't get in CPAC. So he comes outside with 1,000 people out here in the streets. They're like, it's Roger Stone. And that's only way we could do the video is if Forgiato blow, people respect him. Because if not, man, screw your video. We're taking photos of Roger Stone.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, everybody back and watch the show. I got Roger Stone for 15 minutes, period. And all the Patriots say, yeah, cool, bro. Stood back, let us do our video. And then he went back inside. He literally said, I'm going to come outside 15 minutes real quick and make it happen for you. I parked the truck in front of the hotel, right? The security came out and was like, this truck's got to go. And I said, shh, you better tow it. I don't know where the owner went. He took off. Because I know I'm not moving this car. Roger Stone about to be out. As I'm shooting this video, security's called 911 on the other side. So one of the reporters did this clip, and it did like 3 million views in a day on like TV. It went on CNN everywhere. And you can go. I got all types of clips online, like CNN putting me on out there January 6th. I was shooting a music video, and they're like, as this is going down, look at this guy shooting a music video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The end of the day is like, these people, they're not clout chasing. They're just respecting what I'm doing for the movement. And they're like, you know what? I'm going to go get in this. I'm like, but they've seen me since 2016. So it's not like they're like, they believe that it's genuine. You know what I mean? It's genuine. So they're like, you know, you don't need no money from me. All you want me to do is come hop in it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And it gives me a good look. And it also helps them because they're looking like this is a new way to get to the people. It's a new way of getting your name out there. It's not the same grassroots campaign they do years ago.
There's no, I mean, how the fuck do you go out? You said you spend how much on a video, average?
So this video is probably like 5,000 on this video.
And how many views? There's no way that all these videos make their money back.
They don't.
So you're just dumping money into this shit.
Dumping money. But
You're
it's
like
the brand.
You're like the Mr. Beast of hip hop.
It's the brand. If you go, like, so that's side, if you go hit to my page real quick. Right, hit that. And then if you hit videos, and then like scroll down a little bit, scroll down a little more, keep going, see that far, keep going down one more, right there on the bottom left, right there to the left. This video probably made me the most money until they demonetized it.
Really?
So this was like Let's Go Brandon. Like Let's Go Brandon was crazy.
Oh yeah, I remember this video.
But this isn't like, hey, you know, I'm paying everybody $10 an hour to come out. Like, these people really genuinely rock with us in the movement and Trump. And, it's just being the same person these people always see. But there's nothing wrong with this video for it to be demonetized.
No.
Because it says fuck.
No.
Like, every video in the world says fuck, and it's a rap song.
Fuck Trump's probably not demonetized.
So it was just something, though, that did. But I always just try to put the people in the video and involve them in what I'm doing,
Yeah.
And also, that if you got a video with 200 people, it starts off with 200 shares.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Versus Game. Our question of the week this week on Versus Game is, will Ethereum be above $1,900 on Friday, June 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time? Go click the link below. Back to the show. What do you think about the that whole QAnon thing? Did you see that QAnon documentary?
Yeah, so one of the guys
that shit
from there,
was wild.
But I've never really been big on that. Like, Trump's coming back 2 months, 3 months, I don't get lost in it, but I mean, it's pretty deep. I wouldn't say I'm not really in that. I'm not hating on someone who is, but I'm not. I just haven't even took a second. Like, you got to spend a lot of time on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to get in, and then I'd be rapping about, like, they're already saying I'm rapping about, false narratives and medical misinformation and voter. If I start rapping whatever they're talking about, my video's not even going to get released.
Yeah, that's true.
But the guy actually in one of my videos who got locked up, they had the horns at the Capitol that day.
Yeah.
He's in my video I shot on January 6th, and I think
shit.
he knows a lot with the QAnon stuff. So
I think he's still in prison, isn't he?
I think he got out, or he got sentenced already. I think he got sentenced. This problem was his spear. Not to speak too much on his stuff, I'm not 100% sure, but his spear had he had the spear. And if you look at videos of him in there, he's just like, I want to charge my phone. He's walking around like, I'm at the desk, da-da-da. I think he left a note for somebody, and that was a problem. And the spear, they use that as like a deadly weapon. So you're not just in here anymore.
Yeah.
Like I listened to an interview with that guy. He seemed kind of fucking wacky. He seemed like, he was like super into psychedelics and stuff like, and super into like, all these crazy.
But I didn't really know much about, that's the thing. So I might have a video, and you might have robbed a bank, and you're in my music video. Doesn't mean I rock with bank robbers.
Exactly.
Like, you in my video, you know what I'm saying? So some people came to me about some of the videos on January 6th and said, yo, you got my people in trouble. And I'm like, well, they shouldn't have been in the music video. They shouldn't have been in the music videos.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you everybody video time. You want to be a star and be in a music video, that's on you. Yeah. So one guy I know got locked up for a long time. When he came to me, a lot of people were saying delete the video because it's getting him in trouble. And physically him said, I never said that. I shouldn't have got in that video. I was in the video. And then later on, he's in my music video. Then they got a picture of him in the Capitol. So they're able to say, that is you on that day because you're also out here in this video.
Yeah.
Right? So.
I have a friend who's on this podcast. He's a lawyer, and he represented a guy that went to the January 6th riots. And my buddy who's a lawyer, he's a Democrat. He's like a lifelong Democrat. He's like, he considers himself very liberal and like left leaning. And he represented this guy who was a part of the whole riots. He got charged with throwing a fire hydrant at a cop, I think, which was some sort of battery. But he like the dude, literally, there's footage of it. He threw a fucking fire hydrant.
Some people out there were just doing the most. You know what I'm saying?
And he said that when he first met the guy, like, he had no problem representing him. Like, he's not one of those people who's like crazy. But he invited him to his house, and they met and they talked about it. And he said this guy started talking about, patriot, I'm a patriot, I'm a real patriot. And he was like, dude, shut up. He's like, we're all like, stop trying to like say that you're the only patriot. He's like, we're all patriots.
Facts.
So that's one of the things he realized, like that's one of the things that shocked him, that kind of like stood out to me when I talked to him. He was like, it's so crazy.
That was pretty cool that he represented him still not having the same belief though.
Yeah, he's like, you don't have to like, he said to him, he's like, you don't have to keep saying that you're a patriot and that all you guys are patriots. He's like, I'm a patriot too. Just because I'm a Democrat doesn't mean I'm not a patriot. Just because I don't agree with everything that you did. He's like, I'm still here fucking being your lawyer, working pro bono for you.
And pro bono, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what some people don't get. That's what I was trying to say. That's great to hear a story from the other side that someone still can look at somebody's livelihood and
but
say,
it's rare.
Know what?
It's rare.
It's rare, but it's still amazing to hear. I'm glad you gave him a shout out about it because that might open some other people's minds and say, oh yeah, like there's been people that weren't pro-Trump, like that we lost relationships, and now they're like, yo, what's up, bro? Let's go to Hooters, or like, yo, what's up, man? How's the music going? And I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm never talking to you again because you didn't talk to me because I like Trump. Yeah, what's up, bro? Let's chill. And now they're like, man, I was wrong about Trump, man, or And just I'd rather be that person to say, well, you can still kick it, you know what I'm saying? We can still be cool than holding a grudge. Like, life's too short to hold grudges, you know what I'm saying? Things happen to people every day. You know what I mean? If COVID was so crazy, we all could have got COVID and died and never would have seen y'all again. I like being able to see you and see how far you done came and see the podcast, see your numbers go crazy. I like being able to go watch the videos and tell people, like, yeah, go watch this first video I did over here. Like, I send that video to a lot of people to this day still.
That's cool.
It's just the growth. And you can go watch that video and then watch me now. I'm a different person. I've grown up, which is the way it's supposed to be. Like, yeah, we all fight for the same country and we might have different thoughts why it's going on. But I'll be the first person to say when something's wrong and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with everything Trump does. Trump's pushing the vaccine. I don't like the vaccine. But when I go for a president.
He's pushing it?
Yeah. He's behind it. And Johnson & Johnson, he just praised them the other day. But my biggest thing is Trump's not pushing a vaccine mandate. See? You could be pro-vaccine. My family members got the vaccine. They still got COVID, but they got a vaccine. That's not my problem. My problem is when you mandate something.
Right.
You want to take a vaccine, go ahead, my brother. If I don't want to take a vaccine and make a song about it, you can go make a song how much you love the vaccine. They did it. They did it with Juvenile and I think Manny Fresh or whatever. They did the redone. Well, that song didn't get demonetized, and they're talking about vaccines. What about the people that think that's medical misinformation? They don't care, right? But I got a song, No Vaccine, so we should all be able to do what we do. But when I tell you, hey, you're going to have to keep this job, you got to get a vaccination. Because what? Why? Well, they're going to give me so much money as a bonus if I get everyone that works with me a vaccine. One of my friends works out in the trade winds, right? And he was like, I'm going to do a big this weekend with y'all. I got $500 extra on my paycheck. I'm like, from what? He's like, I took that vaccine. And I'm like, what? You took, I'm just being real. Not a hate. It's just $500. So that's like me telling you, say me and you sell drugs. And I'm like, bro, we're paying all this money for this work, but me, I learned how to make it myself.
Right.
So check this out. I'll give you $500. Take this. Tell me what it does. I'll see you tomorrow. You gonna risk your whole life for $500 from me?
I know a guy who's a cop who got paid. He got the vaccine. He said he didn't want to get it, but they paid him to do it.
It's tough. Tough decision. Sometimes people got to take care of their kids and their families. It's a decision that he should never had to make.
Well, I mean, it's a decision that, I mean, it's all wealth.
You should never
it's
had
all
to make it,
social. It's like your status as far as like how much money you make. Like the poor people, like people low income, a lot of cops are really low income. And they can't,
which is terrible because they have the
don't get
toughest
choice.
job in the world.
Yeah.
Right? I got tons of Back to Blue songs. I support the police. I remember like back in the day, you know, the police would pull me over when I was younger. I never did drugs, never did anything crazy, so I never was really worried, but it was more like no seatbelts or like riding with loud music or too dark tint. Now cops pull me over and they give me their badges. Like from back in the day, like, hey, bro, I love your Back to Blue song. This is where I got my first job over here in San Antonio. Now I work on Terra Verde. You know what I mean? And it's my biggest thing is with the police. I got tattoos on my face. I'm driving a car that's black tint you can't see in, big rims on it, right? I'm not getting pulled over with no driver's license or smoking weed or drinking. Like maybe if I was getting pulled over and weed smells out of my car and I'm drinking out of a styrofoam cup and I'm like, I don't got an ID, then certain questions should come up, right? Police officers every day go to work not knowing they're going to come back home. They have the worst job in America.
Worst job.
Imagine having to deal with all the shit that you deal with on a daily than deal with my shit, right? You could be a police officer and going through with your family, find out your wife cheated on you, you know what I'm saying? Or you got double life going, or kids are sick, or, you know, shit happens. And then go deal with my problems today. And my problems should just be so easy to deal with because you have no problem because you're a police officer, right? Or going to tell somebody, hey, your kid's dead. He's not coming home again.
Yeah.
You know, that's a tough job to do for what they get paid. And also go against the whole world because it's like they already don't like you because you're a police officer. Now, there are some bad cops, but there's bad teachers, there's bad doctors, there's bad humans, there's bad Americans, right? But their biggest thing is trying to make this, to me, like a communist country. So they want to right now take all these businesses like me and you that got our own brands and make it like, we're only going to do 2 podcasts, right? So like funny thing to talk about this. So The Late Show, you ever seen that? The Late Show? Which late show? It's called The Late Show on TV. It's a big TV station. Big show. Not The Late Night Show, but The Late Show. I forget his name.
Is it like Stephen Colbert?
Stephen Colbert.
Is that him?
He took my Matt Gaetz video, right? You can pull it up and show them this. He took my Matt Gaetz video and ran it on their show. Muted my words and did a parody to it. saying that like I'm buying pedophile zebras and all this stuff. So it was funny because they're trying to say with Matt Gaetz' scandal, he hired these rappers to get pedophiles rap music for him, right? But let's look at it from our view. There's people in the world that are being trafficked. There's people in the world that are being raped and taken advantage of and have problems every day. So you're fighting so hard against people that are pedophiles and all these issues, but you thought it was funny to make a parody out of pedophiles? This is funny to run on this huge show? This was on TV, this is on his YouTube, but he ran this on his real show.
Really?
You don't think this is defamation of character? So this is me and my boy J360 song, right? But you think this is funny to put on the national TV to do a parody of what we're doing for Matt Gaetz? So why is it funny to rap about the people that are really going through this? It's not funny. So you see,
this is your footage?
Yeah, our footage. They took our video. It's me and my boy J360, and that's Matt Gaetz showed up to my show at CPAC, and we shot a video with him. But
where are you guys at right there?
At my show at CPAC.
What were you at like a nightclub?
Yeah.
That's the name of what's the name of the nightclub?
Not too sure.
Okay.
So like, didn't think about pedophile zebras. I said, well, you know what I mean? These are different words, and they threw all this other stuff in the video, right?
Yeah.
And it like has him like he's buying women. So my only question is, when is it okay for the left to do that and make a mockery out of people really going through that just for their late night TV show? Our words were nothing like that, but you're going to take it and make fun of the people that are really going through that?
Yeah, it's always okay because it's the
and
left.
this is a huge, huge show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Of course.
So I get write-ups like
That's
on the top
crazy.
of Yahoo Business Management, The Insider, the Vice, all these big name people talk about me, and I can't even talk about nothing because I'm demonetized, deplatformed.
So all these guys hit you up to do interviews,
No, they just hit me up. To
or they
take
just
my-
kind of like just
steal
write
my-
about you?
take my stuff and to steal
they
it.
just write
Vice
about
and people like that came out here.
Vice actually interviewed me. These guys just do like opinion pieces on you.
Yeah, but I mean that's like so people could say like, well, that's as big as it gets. So it's like, hey, it's good
Yeah.
they're still talking about you,
Yeah.
right? But it's not that because you're painting me as being pro that now.
Yeah.
So that's defamation of character. That's fine. That's a lawsuit for him. You can't take my words and change my word and say that I'm rapping "Let's Go Pedophiles." That's unfair. Now watch if I took his late night TV show and said, I hate black people, I hate minorities, I hate the gays, I hate this, and then put it on my YouTube channel and say, look what he said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd be all over you.
I'd have a big problem,
Yeah.
Right.
right? But at some point, they think they can just do whatever they want to us because we're still little fish in the pond.
You're independent, and these guys are backed by a massive corporation.
So, like, who would sit around and say, hey, you know, some geek somewhere that works for that show, and they're like, hey, we're going to pay you to write some bars to come in and re-rap this song over it, a couple $1,000 and think it's funny.
Have you seen the interview or listened to the interview that Malcolm X did about liberals, about white liberals?
No.
I gotta send that to you, Austin, so you can play this. It's pretty fucking wild. I just watched this documentary by this guy named Adam Curtis. It's called "Can't Get You Out of My Head," and it goes like back to Mao and his wife when he created like the CCP in China and how it relates to U.S. politics. Oh, this is another thing I got to show you too. I'm gonna send two things to you, Austin. First play the.
Will I be able to hear the words?
Yeah, he's gonna turn the volume up.
I'm going to give you an example.
Where'd you see this at?
This was this documentary I just told you about. That's called "I Can't Get You Out of My Head" by Adam Curtis. He works for the BBC. This is a documentary that he did
So
about
what's
in
crazy
2001.
is like a lot of people over there from the BBC, they come over here and they shoot stories on me. Then they sell the stories.
Really? The BBC does?
Yeah, I've did a lot of stuff on them on here. So they come over here and they sell stories. So like they'll just come around me and I'll be like, "Where's this going on?" And they'll be like, "We don't know. We're just gonna honestly, we're just gonna come over here and ride around with you for a couple of days, go to the studio, meet your
See
people,
what happens.
And you just do it, right? You don't have to ask too many questions because you know that pretty much 90% of the people are just they're gonna shit talk you, right?
Yeah, that or they're working on some like great thing that's coming I don't know about. You know,
Yeah.
I don't do nothing illegal. So I'm not
Yeah.
really worried about nothing.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's like they just hit me up like, yo, we're doing a documentary on a couple of things. We want you to come. There's like, so the one you guys put out on me, when you're done looking at this, I'll show you someone did a spinoff on you.
Did they really?
From the BBC. They came here and they rode around in the car with me and talked and did all this stuff.
I had people emailing me asking me to send them footage. They were trying to license some of that footage that I shot for something they were doing. I forget what it was, but it was some European production company.
Yeah, a lot of times they come over here and they won't tell me what they're doing it for.
Yeah, play this. This is fucking bonkers. Turn the volume up. You have to take off one of your earpieces because we can't pipe it through the audio yet.
In this crooked game of power politics here in America, the Negro, namely the race problem, integration, civil rights issues, are all nothing but tools used by the whites who call themselves liberals against another group of whites who call themselves conservatives, either to get into power or to retain power. Among whites here in America, the political teams are no longer divided into Democrats and Republicans. The whites who are now struggling for control of the American political throne are divided into liberal and conservative camps. The white liberals from both parties cross party lines to work together toward the same goal. And white conservatives from both parties do likewise. The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way. The liberal is more deceitful, more hypocritical than the conservative. Both want power, but the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor. And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game that is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives. The American Negro is nothing but a political football, and the white liberals control this ball through tricks or tokenism, false promises of integration and civil rights. In this game of deceiving and using the American Negro, the white liberals have complete cooperation of the Negro civil rights leaders, who sell our people out for a few crumbs of token recognition, token gains, token progress.
How fucking crazy is that?
I mean, honestly.
Did you even know that existed?
No, but what I'm trying to say is that's your normal thing now. I mean, that's just the blackface.
Horseshoe theory.
You know what I mean? With the, the whole party with the blackface, just trying to give people just a little bit, just to make them feel like, what I'm saying, that they're there and they got their back. And a lot of people these days are breaking from those chains and being like, no, I want bigger things. I can see bigger things.
Well, that's what the Democrats and the left, that's what this
sounds like Joe Biden 1,000%.
This documentary really shows how during the 1960s, during like the counterculture rise up.
It's a football game, like you said.
It is. It's a political football game, and he said
1,000%.
it shows how like the conservatives or the Republicans they had the stranglehold on the economy, right? And the left, the only thing they could do was they like embedded themselves in culture and art. Like they embedded themselves in the counterculture, in the art, the people who are more about that kind of stuff and not about money. And they've basically used that or weaponized that and used that as their sort of ammunition to come back. And they basically are just using
the culture.
They're using
Cardi
using
B
musicians,
and them
art. Exactly. Yeah.
All the people trying to perform. Like at Joe Biden rallies, still only like 20 people at it. Like I've never seen a Joe Biden rally. Let's just keep it G. Like I've never seen it.
But it's so insane.
I've never seen a Joe Biden truck. I've never even seen people riding around with Biden flags.
Right. It's just so insane how Malcolm X fucking was
this
on
is ahead of his
said
time.
this way back in the day,
Well,
and it's still relevant.
I feel like Martin Luther King or somebody like that would have been down with Trump. They wouldn't have been down with this crap that they're kicking. Mm-hmm. Right now they wouldn't have been down with this crap they're kicking. I mean, even like this. Remember last year when people were getting the PPP loans?
Whoa, what the fuck?
How we come through the TV? That's crazy.
I usually rap with auto-tune on, but hey.
Oh, Austin,
never happened.
What the fuck have you done, Austin? Jesus.
That was next level.
Yo, we back.
That's insane.
I think. Are we
So,
good? How do we
remember, like-
sound?
I don't hear you guys on. I mean, it's talking, but
Oh, you changed your audio.
I had to change the audio.
You changed your monitors
my monitors.
on your headphones. What did you do? How did that happen?
Change the output.
The output.
Oh, okay. I see what you did.
So we're back going.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, so remember like the PPP loans,
Yeah.
right? They really were like a setup for a lot of people. So it's normal, like the normal tax drop. So, you might got one person that's like, hey, I'm getting these PPP loans and everybody's getting like $20,000, $30,000, right? So then they're like, okay, how do I get these? How do I get these? Well, someone will come to the neighborhood and say, I get you guys all the loans, but I need $5,000 out of your money, right? You don't know what these people are filling out for you to get this $20,000.
Right.
So the next time around when Joe Biden's sitting there and everybody's going through their taxes and the people that are on welfare and the people that are getting Medicaid, they're like, well, you don't get that no more. What happened to Charlie's Grass Service that made $100,000 and you got a PPP loan for it? Like, people fall for their tricks. It's going to come back and bite a lot of people in their ass that did that.
Tom Brady got a PPP loan, I heard.
Yeah. Well, some people probably did with his business saying he lost. It doesn't matter how much money you're worth or you're making.
Right, it's
if
free
your
money.
company took a hit, it took a hit. Became free money when a lot of people, I know people that didn't go get them because they were like, I know I'm going to get like $1 million or whatever, some wealthy people, and I might blow it on something or whatever, and then I got to pay it back. They got a lot of people pissed off when they realized they weren't getting paid back. Because say if you had a company and you got $1 million on it, how many companies can sell today for $1 million? Not that many. So you could just close the door and got $1 million for your company and said, peace.
Right.
It's out.
Right.
I got $1 million for my company.
Like
peace.
bankrupt it.
Yeah, I'm out of here. So, but a lot of people signed up for that little bit of money and just had someone that knew how to do it. Oh, I'll show you how to do it, but you're not looking at what they're putting down. They're just thinking $20,000. Yeah. And now next time you know that that income housing they're living in or whatever it is down the line, they're going to be like, it's going to catch up to people.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, damn, I just sold out for $20,000. Because they're going to say, well, it says you got a boutique that makes $90,000 here. So you can't get the free benefits anymore, the Medicare. You got to pay this and pay that. Well, that's not true. Well, you took the money. It's not true. You go to jail.
Yeah.
People,
A lot of people went to jail.
yeah, a lot of people. I've seen some people on there like getting Lamborghinis, all types of stuff. They were just living it up for the moment. But it's just kind of crazy. I feel like how they try to, like you said, use the culture, but they also trick a lot of people that don't know any better. They don't tell them, hey, do this, but there is a shot that you could get in a lot of trouble for doing this too. It's just like, do this. It's going to be great.
Here.
And
here's
just
20
fill it out
grand.
and give you 20 grand.
What do you think it would take to close the gap with like the division?
I feel it's closing, and that's because I see it.
Do you think Trump should do anything different this time around?
I think what Trump's doing is great because even something as stupid as gave people the little stimulus money, this and that, if you were a regular person or say you was a dope boy, whatever it was, Trump gave you $1,200 to go flip. He gave you some money. The last stimulus
That's
check.
what David Lucas said.
The last a bit of money he was trying to give you, Nancy P was holding it back because she knew if the Trump gave them one more stimulus,
Right,
probably blow
right.
the election.
Right.
Trump wanted to give you the money. Nancy P didn't give them the money.
Biden would rather give fucking $10 billion to Ukraine.
Well,
fight.
like, look at this. We can't get a couple $1 million to build a wall, but we can build a wall for Ukraine.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we can send all that money to Ukraine.
You know what I
because
mean? That's beyond crazy. And imagine this to say if like Hunter Biden was a Trump,
If he what?
was a Hunter Trump.
Right.
Imagine if he had Trump behind his name, like
Yeah.
shit he would be in. I see I see like stuff come across the internet on him, though, like him, like, beating people with whips and all types of sexual
Who,
stuff.
Hunter Biden?
Yeah,
Really?
like people are like, click play Hunter Biden footage. I don't even want it on my computer. I'm like, hell no.
Damn.
But the thing is, it's like, if any of Junior or any of the Trumps had a laptop, man, it'd be over for them, man.
Yeah.
Be in a lot of trouble. Trump can't get away with nothing, so I feel like they don't got nothing on Trump. Because they did, he'd be locked up.
Well, it's yeah.
They'd have to put it to him.
Going back now, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but going back now and like seeing some of the things that Trump did say, like especially during the debate, because he was really going after Biden about the Ukraine and the China stuff, about how much money
Biden making money over
how
there.
much money they were making over there with his son.
Biden
being
doing them side deals. Patriots, keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you seen that? I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's a documentary Oliver Stone did about Ukraine called Ukraine on
No, I
Fire.
haven't seen it yet. Is it new?
No, he made it probably in 20. I want to say he made it in like 2015 or 2014.
So early.
Yeah.
What's it on?
It was on YouTube, but as soon
Take
as
it down.
as soon as the Ukraine thing start to hit, yeah, that's what it is. Oh, 2016. As soon as the Ukraine things start to pop off early this year, YouTube fucking shut it off. It turned it off YouTube. They fucking blocked it.
Well, that's like 2,000 Mules, the movie that came out I was telling you about from my
Yeah.
boy Dinesh. It shows pretty much about, the stealing of the votes and the ballots and the mules. And they're doing everything, big tech and everything's doing whatever they can do to censor it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they have my song 2,000 Mules in the movie, which is dope. So the other day, like, I see the song airing and like, Trump's up on stage and the song's playing the credits. It's cool, man. I'm doing some shows with them, performing, but I just feel like
2,000 Mules is the name of it?
2,000
Can you find
Mules.
that, Austin? Pull that up.
So I feel like freedom of speech is just gone.
Yeah. Do you think Elon will be good for it?
Everyone's so quick to be like, Elon, like, you know what I'm saying? He's not a diehard Republican. He came out today saying he's going to vote red. You know what I mean? I read that before I got here, but that's the problems with people sometimes. They're just so quick to, like, jump on the team, you know what I'm saying? And be like, oh, that's what we're doing. You never know if he's part of their plan.
Do you like Elon?
I like him. I like him because he's a hustler. I like anybody. I mean,
Yeah.
make the Teslas and do this and that. Like, he's a genius.
Do you think
You
he'll
know
be
what
good for
I
Twitter,
mean?
though?
I don't use Twitter, so I don't really care. I hope he buys Instagram and frees my page. I just paid someone in London $7,000 for my Instagram page.
He doesn't even use Instagram, I don't think.
He's on there, I think. I don't think he has a page. Probably everyone has a backup page. They got a
Yeah.
fake page.
Yeah.
Burner
The
account.
thing about Elon is he's pretty reliant on the government. You know what I mean? With SpaceX, I mean,
Yeah.
SpaceX launches military satellites. They use SpaceX to launch all their satellites and military shit into space. And Tesla is super reliant on federal grants.
Well, I feel like everything has an agenda. So everybody's so like, oh, he's bringing people back. Like check it out. When he bought Twitter, some people say he didn't fully buy it yet either, so I don't really know the story. I
Yeah.
saw someone the
No,
other day like
it's so- yeah.
that he backed out of it now because he got the attention from it already. But say if he would have bought Twitter and it's done, then he reached out to Trump like they say he did to bring him back on the platform. What's bigger, Elon bringing Trump back to Twitter or buying Twitter?
Bringing Trump back.
Bringing Trump back for
So
sure.
so someone like Trump is going to give you that power because he don't really know if you should get that power.
Well, Trump said
So-
he's not going to do it, right?
No, he's not going to do it. But if I was Trump, I would have said, cool, I want 20% of Twitter, and here's the
Yeah.
money for it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And they were probably like, no. And then Trump's also like, I'm going to make you a superstar now by being the first one to bring me back. I don't need you to bring me back nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm Donald Trump. So Trump might go back there free 6 months later on his own
Yeah.
than that, unless it was rolled out a little better. Like, hey, Big Trump, man, I got your back. You know what I mean? And I'm loyal, and I'm going to show you I'm loyal to bring you back on here. There's no hidden agenda. I'm going to give you 20% of this Twitter
Yeah.
just because. And then Twitter would have went through the roof. So,
How fucking crazy would that be? If
But bringing Trump-
ended up owning part of
but
Twitter.
bringing Trump back to Twitter would have
After
been bigger than buying Twitter.
Yeah. That
Because
would have that would have been the
Trump.
obvious.
That's why
Sure.
Trump is the rock star of America.
He knows his value,
So look,
yeah.
so like in 2024, where I tell you when he comes back, he's gonna have the biggest rock star year of his life. People are gonna have to rock with Trump.
Yeah.
So the people that eat their words. Now the media, they're always gonna fake news go at him, and your regular TV shows and your ratings. But Trump's the best things for ratings there is.
Yeah.
Hate him or love him, he's winning.
Mm-hmm.
But so like Elon, I don't really know much about him, but that's the thing. A lot of patriots were so quick to be like, yeah, we're going back on Twitter and do all this and that. When
They're
he
jumping on the Elon train.
they are, but I mean, I haven't. My boy Bryson Gray put a song with questions to Elon. I thought it was pretty dope.
With questions to Elon?
Yeah, like a song like Elon, like you really would have got some questions for you to answer. You can pull it up. It's pretty cool. He did it.
What were the questions?
You gotta watch him
Oh.
and hear him again. It was just like asking questions like he's really with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you just doing this for the clout? Are you doing this just to get a bunch of people on there and then switch it?
Yeah.
Like what's your intentions?
Yeah, I wonder that too. I mean, he's probably Trump was the most famous person in the world back when he was president, but now I think it's Elon. Elon
don't
gets
think he
more
got
attention
him.
than anybody right now.
Maybe at this moment.
Yeah, at this moment
That's
right
why I
now.
was so confused when I saw the other day that the Twitter thing wasn't done yet.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of fake
Saw that
tabloids,
too.
so I don't really know if it's real or not. I'm not there. I'm not someone that's like, oh yeah, he's official. I love him. I never met him.
I think what's happening is he basically signed he put an intent to buy it at $54 a share or something like that, and then the CEO of Twitter is refusing to acknowledge how many of their users are bots.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
the
he
fake
wanted
accounts.
them to
So I
release
think-
some data.
I think what because Elon's actually doing something where he's like trying to sell off shares of SpaceX to actually buy Twitter. So I don't think he's trying to back out of the deal. I think Elon's trying to get it for a cheaper price. I think he's trying to get a discount
Which
on it.
I saw that was saying some of the fake bots or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's just like you don't really know everybody's intentions until I feel like till you meet somebody. That's why I told you, like, when I met Trump, I was just hoping that Trump was that dude, like, honestly. But I've came out with songs and asked Trump questions. I said, I wish Big Trump would stop pushing the vax. I wish CNN would fact check they facts. They always blame the Patriots. It was like a lot of people were like, whoa, why are you going at Trump? Like, you're going to vote. They don't give us like 85 presidents to pick from or 10 presidents, you know what I mean? You got A or B. So us as men or females, whoever you are, you have to look at somebody and say, I agree 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 with this person, 10 out of 10, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And no, this is the best for me as a person and what I'm doing. So I respect Trump and what he's doing the most. I'm not going to agree with everything Trump says because I'm not just like, Trump said it, it's got to be gold. You know?
A lot of people are like that.
Yeah, but I would have a problem with Trump if he started pushing the, like, Dr. Oz. That was a weird
That was
endorsement. You
What
know
happened
what I mean?
with Dr. I don't even know what that
Well, he
what's that
endorsed
about?
Dr. Oz, and he'd be with like Whoopi Goldberg and all them on their stuff. But there's some other Republican candidates, but that was out there in Pennsylvania, and Trump kind of knew that. He said that he might not be the best to most of the Republicans in their eyes, but he's the best for us to beat a Democrat, right? So he's kind of playing his version of chess, strategizing to come back in 2024 when a lot of people were like, I went with him, and I don't know, you can pull it up. I don't know if he even won with Trump's endorsement. He was last time I checked, he was only winning by like
it was
like,
really close.
and when it's so close, they're gonna do a recount. But if Trump came out with like saying I'm gonna mandate everybody take a vaccine, a lot of patriots would have a big problem with Trump. As long as you're not forcing me to do something, like my body, my choice, right? And they all say my body, my choice.
Yeah.
I can get an abortion if I want to get an abortion. My body, my choice. Why is it not my body, my choice to take a vaccine? Why is it not my body, my choice to wear a mask?
How did the fucking abortion thing get so political? That's so fucking dumb to me.
In some ways, I mean, so you would think people should be able to have abortions?
I don't fucking know. I just think it's a fucking. I don't think I have no real stance on it. Obviously, it's a super blurry line because when do two cells become a fucking person? I don't fucking know. I mean, it's a ethical, moral debate that I don't really have a hard stance on.
So me being
it.
a patriot, I just keep it Jew myself, but I don't have kids. So it's kind of hard for me to really talk about like people's children and bills for children.
Yeah.
That's why like, I did the Don't Say Gay Act. I felt bad because I'm thinking like that's just too early. I'm not gonna tell you how to raise your kids, but like second grade, talk about a tranny coming in here as a cross dresser.
Yeah,
kids
fuck,
do things
nobody wants that.
Kids do things for attention. This is an attention thing.
Yeah.
When I went to school, if you were gay or whatever, it wasn't like hey, I'm gay and everybody's like woo. It was like a quiet thing,
right?
On the lowdown. Now it's like the most popular kid. That's the attention. He's gay. He's got nail polish, whatever. But it comes from the culture, playing the culture, making the rappers paint their nails.
Yeah.
You want all this money, whatever. So with the abortion thing, to me, it's like, it's tough because, say if a woman was going to get killed by having a baby, what if the baby would kill her?
Right.
Right. But then some people say, well,
whose life do you save?
But people say that's very slim chances. Like it's not a chance that we really think it is. But I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know. There's some chances to take a stance on that.
Right.
Then again. Say if a little girl or a boy, was being molested and
raped
the
or
guy
something.
made the little boy have sex with her, or the guy had sex with a little girl and she was raped.
Right.
That's a tough thing to put her through all that. But if you buy the Bible, she needs to go through all that and give the baby up for adoption. There's a lot of people out here that
The
want.
Bible says if you get raped, you should have the baby.
No, but I'm saying it's just abortions and people, have. End of the day, you should always keep the baby. It's a life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my part is like, I'm not a female, so it's kind of hard to tell a female what to do with her body.
Right.
But if someone's out here having 10 abortions a year, that's like a serious red flag for that for the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you're just out. Like I saw a song the other day by Meg Stallion called Plan B, right? And it was like, I'm not getting stuck with you. You think you're going to keep me. I'm just playing you. I'm getting your money, taking your cars, living the life with you, and I'm popping Plan Bs because this is my Plan B. And that's just disgusting to me for kids to be singing that and hearing that. Like making these girls just think, I could just have unprotected sex. Like everybody was so worried about COVID. Nobody's worried about AIDS.
No.
People having unprotected sex like it's not a big deal. But COVID, whoa, you gotta stay back. Got a mask?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. The weird thing about the abortion thing to me is just like people will take a stance just based on their political identity. They'll just be like, I'm Republican, so I'm anti-abortion. Meanwhile, the dude's fucking person's never thought about it for more than 5 minutes.
Well, there's difference.
That's
of
why
all,
politics
but,
is so weird.
Yeah, and it is. And there's liberals the same way too. That
Exactly.
by the book. Me, I'm not the perfect patriot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm who I am. I keep it.
You are the
real.
perfect patriot. Why would you say you're not the perfect
No,
patriot?
I'm saying how somebody would paint. Like, I gotta be. Like,
You're saying patriot is a Republican.
Yeah, how people would look at like what the statues are. You know what I mean? Like, I'm big two-way. There's no reason anybody should have the guns.
Yeah.
But then I don't feel great with anybody that's being able to carry a gun for any reason. Like, I feel like guns need training. You should have.
Yeah, for sure.
You should be trained to have a gun. I don't feel like just because you're not a criminal, anybody can carry a gun. Then that puts people, right? Like, the difference I try to tell people is like, do you think criminals are like, well, I can't carry a gun because I'm a felon? They're still carrying a gun. You know what I'm saying? So you still need to have your gun on
Well, the
you.
laws don't do anything. I mean, the
But
laws.
the right way, well, they're trying to change the laws now that anybody can carry a gun, right? If you're not a felon, you don't need any type of
I wonder what would
CCW.
How would that change? How do you think?
Anybody could carry a gun. So
how do you think? What would
it's on.
change as
It's
far
gonna
as?
be on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
People are gonna be popping off, and then it's quick. Like, the biggest thing is me. I keep
Yeah.
my strap everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Right. I got nice stuff, nice cars. You never know what someone's gonna do. I'm not trying to take somebody's life over a Trump truck, and you don't like Trump, but like, if you're talking shit to me and you can carry a gun, you got a gun to the window, so when I see the gun, I'm gonna shoot. Because you can shoot me first. You know, but we need guns for protection. So, like, on that bill, I'm big two-way. Like, the government shouldn't take our guns from us. Because then when they take our guns, these other countries are going to know we can't defend ourselves. They pulling up. Not to mention our own government's pulling up.
Our own government, yeah, they're the biggest.
So
one.
it's like-
that's what Trump said in that interview. What was that interview that he? I think it was a Dave Portnoy interview that Trump did, where he's talking about like getting shit done overseas with like different countries. With like, he's like, Trump, who was the hardest to deal with? Was it China? Was it Russia? He's like, no, it was the fucking United States.
United States.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
what was the thing he said? He said that he's like, you don't think that? He's like, you think these other countries are killers? You think these fucking people in Russia
I saw some
and China
crazy
are killers?
videos in China with this vaccine stuff over there, and like them killing all the cats. Saw that? Like,
Oh
anybody-
my God,
I've seen
I saw
crazy
that, bro.
videos that like pets had COVID, so they're killing them.
Damn.
You
They
know
had
what I mean?
bags full of cats
It's
on the
crazy.
sidewalk.
You know,
like,
I'm not. I like the pets. I'm not like I don't have any pets. I'm not very big on pets, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you want a
Damn.
pet, you shouldn't be getting your cat killed because you had COVID. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
dude,
And
that
it's just
shit was
crazy.
wild.
So I'm big like on two-way. I'm big on freedom of speech, but I think it's because my lifestyle. Like, you know, I got a risk. I got a name. I stand out. I want to be protected. I have a voice. I do music. I don't want my speech taken, which it has been taken. Right. The whole abortion thing, you know, I've never had a child. I've never had anybody pregnant in my life. I haven't had to cross that path and really look at, you know, having a child, because it's a life-changing experience. A child is a big thing, but I think that they should still have the baby. There's a lot of people out here that can't have kids. There's a lot of good people that want children, and there's a lot of shitty parents that just want to adopt kids and maybe get money. You know, you got houses where they got 8 kids adopted and they're just collecting money on these people. You know, I saw some crazy thing on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen this.
Our
Like,
Father?
No, but it was about squatters, because I just bought a piece of property in Hudson, and I went up there and I got squatters on my property.
Oh, dude.
And man, I'm a different kind of person. I told them, look, you know what? Y'all can stay here. But you know what? I'm getting a big dumpster here tomorrow, and you guys are going to earn your keep up here. No more free land. I got this land. I'm not going to live here for a while. Y'all can live here. You can stay in your little trailer you got here, but you're going to clean. I'm going to come up here. You're going to paint all this spray paint at it right now. They got a shower. I got outside with a hose that says no stinky pussy spray painted on it. Like, you know what I mean? I told them we're not going to live like that. I could get you guys off it, but I'm going to let y'all stay here, but you're going to clean up. So there's a Netflix thing that's like Bad Roommates, or it's about squatters, right? And it had this lady on there. Did you see where she had like disabled people living in her house, and she was murdering them and
Isn't
burying
they called like the worst roommate ever?
Yeah, and
Oh,
she
I
was,
did see
She
that.
was
That old
burying them in
lady.
the backyard.
Yeah.
What was she doing in the backyard?
Burying.
Buried him.
Like, you would move in and you were disabled, and she
like
was still
poison
getting
him.
your check every week for you, and she would open a new room for the new person, and people wonder where you went. She wouldn't say you were dead. She just keep collecting your check for years, and you're buried in her backyard.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was crazy. And that
I
whole
saw
thing
that.
was crazy. You know, roommates are a crazy thing.
Yeah.
But we're living in a world, when we were kids, it was like, they're strangers, stay away from them. And now we're like, get shit-faced drunk, take some drugs, and call Uber, or a stranger pick you up, take you home safe.
Yeah.
You never know these days. Even like, with the police, I always feel like if somebody's getting pulled over and they want to drive to a Walmart or to a gas station with their blinker on and they're not drunk and they're not throwing anything out the window, there's no problem with it. They want to go to a safe place. Say a woman or somebody was getting pulled over and they're dressed half naked from somewhere and they're in the middle of the interstate somewhere, they shouldn't have to take that chance.
Right.
A cop shouldn't want to take that chance.
Yeah.
We'll just go 30 miles an hour to the next exit and get off, and we both protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've gotten pulled over before, like I was driving to Tennessee for a show, and I was like going like 100 miles an hour trying to get there in a quick shot, and a lady pulled me over, and it was like snowing a little bit, and all she wanted was my ID and just make sure I didn't have anything crazy. She didn't want to take it to the point where she has checked the car and be there too long. It was like, we make sure you're not a fugitive or something. When she could have said like, well, you got tattoos, y'all smoking weed, you got weed in the car, what's going on? You got your artist in there. Like, she didn't even want to get into that because there's 6 or 7 of us and there's just her. So it's not a good place and time. So she was just like, I'm not even going to do that. So I just feel like sometimes people should, be able to go to their safety net or do something like that because, shit happens every day, man, out here. Not everybody's having a great day. Not everybody's the best kind of person.
No. Yeah, man, this shit gets crazy. Especially when cops are, aggro and paid low, not trained well, and they just want to fuck with you or do whatever. So, I mean, a lot of those guys aren't having, don't have the best lives and aren't the happiest fucking citizens
it's like
in
military,
our society.
You know what I'm saying? It's like military. It's like a lot of things. But there's a lot of good people out there that are police officers that keep us protected every single day, and they do a lot of stuff. They take a lot of chances with their life to put us first when they're going home to their kids and their family. So I always have respect for police. Like when I was younger, I would be, get pulled over and always think it was everyone's against me. Now I'm just like, man, I got 10, pay my ticket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, I was speeding. I'm not going to give you no excuse. Boom. And I mean, I mostly get okay with the police. They don't really give me any issues.
Yeah.
I'm pretty vocal for them too that I back the blue, but I guarantee if I was doing something illegal, they'd pull me over. And, like a lot of people say, like, this happened, right? This person, so-and-so happened to them when they got pulled over. But they leave out that, like, they had weapons, they were smoking weed, they don't have no driver's license, car's not registered.
Yeah.
Like, shit that you're not allowed to be doing.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do it. They forget all that from the story. Or they'll be like, a black guy gunned down by a cop when there's more white people being killed by police officers under Trump and they don't show those numbers. More whites have been gunned down by the police. They just show the black cases.
That's because there's more white people, right?
They just show the black cases because the black cases is clickbait and it gets attention.
Yeah, they definitely do that. But
there
also is a lot more white people.
They're not going to care to be like, Billy Bob got gunned down in his trailer park or in his nice neighborhood fighting with his ex. They don't. It's not stories.
Yeah.
They're not stories.
Is. Yeah.
Then look at the mass shooter. Look at the mass shooter.
The recent one?
Yeah, I posted.
What was the story with that guy?
In Buffalo. RIP everybody in Buffalo. But there's been like 10 black mass shooters that haven't hit the news in the last like 2 years.
Have there?
Yeah. I get my phone over there. I can get it real quick. I can show you a whole list. I posted it today.
Yeah, you can go grab it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, grab it.
So, yeah, I'm not sure if the camera could pick this up.
Just text it to me and I'll send it to Austin.
Okay. I think I have you on my old phone.
Oh, yeah, I might not have your new number.
I can airdrop it to you, right?
Yeah, airdrop it to me. Are you connected? You don't have to be connected to Wi-Fi for that, do you?
No, I don't think so. I think it's Bluetooth.
That's crazy because I thought most mass shooters were white people. Is that just fake news?
Let me see if I have it in here still. I might have deleted it. He said I thought they're most... Funny. Watch this. All right, airdrop. Says iPhone.
There you go. Got it.
Austin's iPhone. That's on somebody's. Okay, I got it. Boom. So. This doesn't make the news, though. This type of stuff.
So this is... Where did this come from? Where'd you get the screenshot?
It was on a news site today.
So these are all mass shooters in 2022 that the stories never made it, like, to mainstream media. Google one of them. Who's this guy? Google. Oh, the Brooklyn subway guy. Oh, that was a fucking crazy story. That one was all over the news.
Yeah, but not as much as this one. They're not like white supremacist. They're not like a black supremacist was out.
Yeah, they said he was a YouTuber, wasn't he?
I think so.
Videos of like Asian people.
Now that was crazy the other day. That was a Marxist. Like what happened the other day. That's like a live video game. That was crazy. I watched the body cam footage of that shooting in
Did
Buffalo.
you really?
It was crazy. One of my friends was like, "Oh, I found it on TV. He found it on the internet when it was going down, and like FaceTime me, and I saw it, and I'm like, I'll never show me that again, pretty much, because that was just.
It was body cam footage from a cop who showed up there.
Yeah, it was footage before the news got it. It was just all over the internet. Someone said, "Yo, oh wow, this is a live shooting going down." Da, da,
And
da.
what happened in the video? Like, what did it show?
It just showed like they're showing the news now, like him getting out of the car, walking right in, catching his first two people outside. Boom, boom, boom. Walks inside.
Oh, was the body cam of the
Yeah,
shooter?
yeah, camera.
Oh, you mean he had his own camera?
Yeah, it was a camera of the
Holy
footage.
fuck.
You didn't see the
Yeah,
No, I didn't watch it.
I didn't see that either.
So the
See if you
thing
can
is,
pull that up.
Yeah, I don't know if it might have viruses on it, but
It's
So
on the
what was
dark
his story?
web.
What was that kid's story?
I haven't read much into it yet. But I know they're like he's a white supremacist and da 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 da.
Yeah,
That's how they're on.
right.
I'm not 100% sure that everybody who shot that day was black either, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't. I'm pretty sure there was different races.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into that
It was
story.
definitely a hate crime just to get out and kill people.
Yeah.
Not excusing it. I'm just talking about they don't get the same media as everybody else because it doesn't get the attention. It doesn't fit what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's hard to know what the fuck's
I think
going
since
on.
like the Columbine accident years ago, it's like school shooters and shooters are white kids.
They made it, yeah.
It's like, I've heard so many of my friends that are black playing around and they'll be like, he's going to grow up to be a school shooter. You know what I'm saying? Or I see like little things. Craziest thing happened today. Like I was driving here, right? And there's a car in front of me. It's a truck. And I see somebody like hanging out the window. So I'm thinking like, maybe they're saying what's up. They see my car. And then as I look, I'm like, I see him with his finger going like this, right? So I'm thinking like, what's going on? This guy's
What kind of car was it?
a truck, like a Tundra. And he's
Uh-huh.
out the window. And he's like looking in the window and boom, boom, right? So I'm like, Then I look and it's a 4-door, truck. So it's a kid in the back seat. So
Yeah.
I pull around
Damn.
it and
People
it's
are
somebody's child out the window
Oh my god.
on the car.
It's a kid?
Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, go to school shooter.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell's going on? Because I thought it was somebody like knew who I was, and they're like, I'm gonna shoot you, and I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever. I'll go around them. And when I got up to the window, he's out the window looking at me. He didn't do it to me because he saw the car and he's looking like, whoa, you know what I mean? But I'm watching him from far back the whole way, just air shooting everything around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fucking wild, man.
And some people blame
Video
it on
games.
video games, like you're about to say. I never played a video game, but it just
Never
kinda-
played any video games?
No, I'm not in the video game.
Never in your
Really?
life?
Never. I might have played like some like Blitz or NBA Jam when I was a kid, but not in the games.
Some
I got to be
Madden.
outside the house. Never. I played with like Michael Vick a little
You don't
bit.
fuck with the NFL, do you?
I go to a lot of the games. I got season
Do you?
Bucks tickets.
Okay.
Because it's more like Forgiato blows in the house. It's a great place for independent artists to take 500 photos with Patriots and fans of mine.
Yeah.
Bring my truck outside. I park it all the way up on the hill, and everybody comes outside for the pre-party. And it's like
Is that your favorite
good
sport to watch? Football?
basketball.
Basketball's
Until
your
they
favorite?
ruined it, putting Black Lives Matter on the basketball court. I can't
Yeah.
stand that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still watch hit or miss games, but it's
Well,
too
the
much.
NBA's got a way better commissioner than the NFL does. I think that guy's way better, for
Well,
sure.
I feel like the thing that they did in the basketball was just crazy. It's like,
Wouldn't
what?
like
Imagine if
Kyrie
I had
play.
a white NBA basketball team.
What's that?
What if I had like a white basketball league? White basketballs matter on the basketball court. I don't think that's right just to write that on the thing. Obviously, we know Black Lives Matter, Jewish lives matter, Spanish people matter, Mexican.
I think that was more of
white.
a corporate thing that they did. I mean, obviously it's super hypocritical, but I think it's more
But
like
they're like so
It's
American,
money.
right? But their whole
It's all
thing's in
about
China.
money. It's all about money.
LeBron's like, stop the
Exactly.
stands, but he's got every Chinese person in the world making his
Yeah.
shoes and clothes.
Right.
So pro-American, LeBron.
Yeah.
How
that's
much
true.
money you donating to George Floyd's family?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, the thing is about like people like him. Well, I mean, he's kind of an excuse. He really doesn't have much of an excuse. But like a lot of these guys, like a lot of these young NBA players and NFL players, these guys fucking aren't paying attention to politics.
Not at all.
They just see that fucking this black dude got fucking his throat kneeled on by a cop for 8 minutes, got killed, and they see that every
the same
other
black dude
every
that
other
put a gun to a pregnant person's belly, like
right, but they just
months
see
before
right,
that.
but they don't know. They don't
But
look
I'm just
into
saying
it.
they should look into it. They get
they-
the
why?
miscommunication.
Why though? Because their fucking job is to play basketball or to play football. Like their job
But
is
that's the
being better.
difference. Their job is to weed the kids that look up to them in the community. There's a lot of people that look up to these people.
Right, but
Someone like LeBron. So like Kyle Rittenhouse gets out.
Mm-hmm.
He's free. And LeBron is making fun of him the whole time on the stand, eating Skittles, sour Skittles,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
crying. And,
right,
When does he have the right to do that to somebody's child? When if that was a African American kid up there fighting for his life, he would not have been acting like that. And to say if I was like, oh, look at
No,
that
of course
dude,
not.
look at that dude crying and laughing
Right.
and doing all this.
LeBron. I agree with you. I agree with you on LeBron. But I'm talking about most other NBA
Well, most of-
kids.
most-
of these kids are in their early 20s.
But most
and
of
they're
those
making
kids,
millions of
but
dollars.
most of those kids aren't the ones taking a stand. It's the bigger players in the league forcing them to take a stand.
I don't know. I mean,
Like Kaepernick, say let's go football.
yeah, Kaepernick.
Right?
Cap. He's Cap. What did Antonio Brown say about him? He's all cat. He's an indoor cat. He's not an
Yeah.
outdoor. He ain't in the
That's what he
streets.
said.
Funny thing is, I
Antonio
was so
Brown.
pissed when the Bucks lost Antonio Brown
I know. Me
because
too,
he's like
bro.
the Trump of football.
I was so pissed,
like
bro.
I love him. He's a Trump of football.
He's so
Like
wild, bro.
literally, no. He's like the Allen Iverson with the Donald Trump mix.
Yeah.
Like to walk off the way he did,
Oh
throw
my
his
God.
stuff in the crowd.
Threw his shit in
But
the crowd.
it's like he's amazing.
he is
Yeah.
You know what I'm
amazing.
saying? And somebody would definitely pick him up. When you have raw talent and sell tickets and
Raw
make money,
talent, bro.
you're gonna get picked up. Someone gonna pick him up.
You think? I don't know
think
if they
somebody
will,
should
man.
pick him up.
He
He
wants
said
to
the
go
other
back
day
to
that he wants,
Pittsburgh.
but not play, just retire.
Yeah, he wants to
there.
retire at Pittsburgh. I mean,
I
has
think
the
he
best
still has
stats
years in
of a
him.
wide
He's a
receiver
stud,
of all
I'm
time
saying.
over there.
Something happened with him and Brady. You know, Brady got him over here at
Yeah.
the Bucks. I don't know. I mean, I know he was living in Brady's house for a little
Yeah.
bit. People were saying.
Brady
The
hooked
whole
him up with
first
Tony
season.
Robbins to try to get his mind right.
But I saw videos of him going through with his girl online, and like
He's
sometimes,
wild,
you know,
man.
I was signed to NFL football player before Thomas Jones. He's an NFL running back. You know, when everybody thinks rich white family of mine made my career, I was signed to NFL football player that got me started and put his money into me.
That's wild.
That's a lot of people don't really know. That's my first deal, and that's who really helped me.
Who was it?
Thomas Jones. He was a running back for the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Bears. Me and him don't have any talking, you know what I'm saying? We're not cool with each other, but
Yeah.
no matter his political beliefs or whatever, I would never shit on him, anything I ever got on him, because
Yeah.
he gave me an opportunity when nobody would. I signed for free. I took an opportunity. He had me out here doing songs with French Montana, Lil Durk, had me living in his mansion, driving his Rolls Royces, Aston Martins. So when people think like, oh, it's mommy and daddy money, I was living with Thomas Jones, NFL football player. Feel me? Tell me, hey, I'm late to practice. My Lamborghini broke down on the interstate. Go pick it up. Or, you know what I mean? I need you to watch this. So anybody who ever believes in you to put their own money into, you got to respect them. But the concussions and stuff are crazy, I know, because
Dude, especially Antonio Brown.
I used to have conversations with Thomas Jones. He's similar to like the same build as Antonio Brown.
Oh, really?
Same
Small guy?
Kind of small, like my height maybe, but he's big, you know what I'm saying? He was from Virginia. His family and mom were coal miners. Remember, he had a coal miner's son on his chest. His brother was Julius Jones. He played for the Cowboys. But I learned a lot off seeing him. You know what I mean? I saw how much money he was getting, what he was spending. We'd go to the club. We didn't want to spend a couple stacks on rap, but we could spend 10 bands on bottles. You know, because it was just like the lifestyle of having. So my point was, a lot of people in the football, they want to be rappers. So Antonio Brown, like deep down, wants to be a rapper. He's got
Yeah.
this song, "I'm from the dirt, not the palace," or
my
something.
The
God.
pit, not
The pit, not the palace.
Yeah.
And that joint's hard.
Yeah.
The video's hard. It's hard. Like, I like it. Like, I would do a feature with him. I think he would be pro-Trump. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
I saw he
I
did
love
it.
how he dropped it the minute he ran off the field.
Yeah, I'm from the
Yeah.
pit, not
You know,
the
he's
palace.
got a
Like,
good,
it was,
he's got a good PR guy.
he's a marketer.
Oh,
He
yeah.
probably
Well,
set
it's not
that
him.
up.
It's somebody else, probably.
But at the end of the day, it's like when I was talking to Thomas Jones, we used to have conversations, and then he would just completely forget what we were talking about
yeah,
and say, well, my bad, bro. What we were talking about.
yeah. Well,
Because they put their body on the line.
Yeah.
The point I was getting at before with like the younger guys, like in the NBA, for example, like when they put those big Black Lives Matter things across the floor on each side of the court and they put those things on the jersey, these kids who are like 19, 20 years old that are just like their dream is coming true. They're in the NBA or they're in the NFL. They're making almost, say it's $500,000 to like $4 million for the first time in their lives. When I was 20 years old, I didn't know fuck all about politics,
1000%.
nor did I care.
I didn't know about it either. I agree. That's what I tell people.
Right.
It took me till you start making real money to get it. And they're making real money. That's the first day they're in it.
But if the company that's paying me $1 million and making me famous and is fulfilling every dream and
Well, then you're selling out for
every
it.
other guy I'm playing with is doing the same
You think
thing.
if Charlie Chris came to me right now and said, "Boy, I'll give you $500,000 and make a song about me and push it," I'd do it.
Yeah, but you're not these guys. You're different. You're 37 years old. You've learned. You're educated. You know what.
Yeah, I said-
you're paying attention to things. These guys have tunnel vision.
But
they're focusing on basketball.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on it. I'm agreeing
Yeah.
with you that it's the first opening. But I think that when you make your first amount of money is when you really start to really realize about taxes and do things the right way. Take care of whatever debt you have. I feel like people start to mature when they start to get money. So these guys are young, just getting that first
Yeah.
check. I'm telling you like that. Like, I'm agreeing with you. It didn't wait till I was like 30-something to care about political stuff or care about what's going on. It may take you to have a child. I know you have kids, but you have a child to realize, okay, well, I'm going to pay attention more because this has to go with my kid's future
Right.
or what's going on. So, like, I agree. They're in tunnel vision. They're just playing their sports. But the upper people know a lot better, and they should
For
know a
sure.
lot better.
I think they mature once you get the money and you lose it. I think when you're young and you get the money,
And
it
you
fucking
lose it.
sends you even crazier down the immature lane. I think it makes you even
I was
crazier.
able to paint such a crazy lifestyle when I almost didn't even have the money. When I got the money, everything's boring to me.
Yeah.
And I'm able to, like, I was with Thomas Jones. I was with all this stuff. I seen this. I done been to shows. I done lived the lifestyle. It was like, right now, if I drove around in a Honda Civic, like an old car, people would think, like, well, he's got some cars somewhere else. You know what I mean? I don't get the points, like, oh, he's got a Rolls Royce, like you said. Like, well, you're not you're different. You come from Auto Trader. Like, just because I came from Auto Trader don't mean I had to buy my own Rolls Royce.
Mm-hmm.
No one's just going to give you nothing. People got to realize that. That's a lot of problem. People are not going to. Now, I've been blessed to see some nice things, so I know what nice things feel like.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of my homeboys, instead of giving them money, I'll take them on a road with me. I'll take them to a show. Sometimes people only go 5 blocks their whole life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They know the corner store. They know where they go to the hoop, the YMCA. They know the street that got the clubs. They know their school. They know their neighborhood. They have this car wash. They go the same 5 blocks to 10 blocks, and then maybe one vacation to Tallahassee or Miami with their
Yeah.
family. I got homies, bro, in our 30s and never been on airplanes.
Yeah.
By airplane.
Same.
That were flying. I'm like, yeah. They're like, I ain't never been on a plane, bro. I hop on a private plane. They're like, nervous. You know what I mean? I'm on a jet. You know what I'm saying? They look. It's like changes people's lives. The smallest thing. Giving someone a little opportunity instead of just knocking them down, I feel is big. Then I do a lot of stuff for people, and then I realize who's going to make it through, who's not. Some people got all the talent in the world. As soon as I pull my plug on them, back to square one. Because they can't do it without somebody telling them you can do it and doing it for them.
Yeah.
All
It's
you
all
gotta
about who
do
you're
is-
surrounded with.
Facts. So I surrounded myself with some pretty well-known people, some billionaires, couple millionaires, and nobody ever gave me a cent, but they gave me hell of opportunity. And I took advantage of all the opportunity I could get, and it takes 10 years to be overnight success. That's how it goes. I'm 10 years in the game, and people look at me like, man, you did it. But everyone's success is different. So, like, what you might want to do with your life might not be make money and do songs with Rick Ross and know Donald Trump and drive nice cars. And it might just be with peace of mind, which is cool. You know what I mean? Some people, like, want to rap. They'd be like, they would do anything just to get 1 million views, right? Or just to get a feature or even have a picture with a big name artist. Like,
Yeah.
oh, man, I want to meet Kodak. I got a song with Kodak. It's cool. I rock with Kodak, but it's not like my daily thing. That's how it was, like, when I did the stuff with Ross. I wanted to, like, that was like my dream. And then when I got done with it, I was like, what's next? I talk about it here and there, but that was like my pitch at one time. People, I got a song with Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do music, take me serious. The MAGA lane doesn't care about a song with Rick Ross. They didn't care about that. That's not my pitch. The pitch is like, what are you changing? What are you doing for the country? So when a lot of these other people hit me up still to do features, they're like, why are you charging for verses? I'm a patriot. Like, you ain't spend $250,000 like I did. You know what I mean? You're not invested. You didn't take a career risk. You see it working. I never seen you at a Trump rally. I never seen you in the streets. I never seen you out here with people doing. Now you just want to sit on your camera with a green screen and shoot music videos and go viral off what we're doing. I'm not rocking with that. Get out there in your city. I'm not going to a different city taking their rally. I'm doing my own rallies here. I took my truck and started saying, everybody want to come. I started getting thousands of people showing up. So many people, they were nervous they had to delete me. Because they're trying to say that it's a cult. Because you can form a group of people that could go do something. That could maybe do harm to people. That's why we have to delete you pretty much. So it's not so much your political views. It's that you're telling 1,000 people to show up somewhere. And you're demanding that you guys take the country back. And words. Take the country back doesn't mean I'm going to go run in the White House tomorrow. It means we're taking the country back.
Oh, in the Vice article, they said something about a song that you did that you were saying, like, let's go to war or something. What was that? What was that song?
It's a song I have now for my boy Enrique, who was locked up. And it just said, Patriots, we ready for war, right? But it's just like, tell mom I'm coming home. It's like any big song. Like, war could be anything. We are at war. We're not at war where we're going to go hurt somebody. We're just fighting.
We're at war with each other?
Not so much at each other. We're just at war fighting for our freedom, we feel. Freedom of speech is gone. It's like people could take anybody's words and flip them into something else. You know what I mean? They can take it and run with it how they want to run with it. So they try to make a big thing out of it. And I didn't really like that. They asked me about it because they wanted me to be like, yeah, it's wartime. What's up? Like, you know what I mean? What y'all want to do? I'm ready for whatever. Tell Big Trump I'm ready for war.
Yeah.
I'm ready for war. They stole our election, and we're ready to take the next one back.
Right.
Not saying that I'm ready to go get a bunch of guns and start a whole war.
Yeah.
But that's how they try to take like little things you do and make it a
blow it out of proportion.
Yeah, like, well, what about 6ix9ine? I'll shoot you in your face. Like,
right.
Go talk to him.
Yeah.
What about NBA YoungBoy? You know what I'm saying? What about all these rappers that are rapping actually getting killed in their own cities?
Yeah.
And then they're pussy because they don't got security.
What about Dolph?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing. See, Dolph, I got a lot of love for Dolph because he's independent with it. He was grinding like me, built it up from the bottom. I've watched documentaries where they said that he had people who might have had investors and this and that. It doesn't matter if you have somebody. If somebody wants to invest in you, that's amazing. You mean to tell me?
He made a song. Didn't he make a song? He was like, some people tried to kill him, and he made a whole song basically making fun of him for not being able to kill him.
100 shots.
You missed how the hell you missed a whole 100
shots? But that's how he was. You know, you got to put that persona on when you want to be that dude.
Right.
When I go to D.C., I'm not out there like, oh, man, I'm from the internet. And everyone's going to see me. Yeah. Someone's not going to like me. Oh, there's BLM. I better go. Yeah. I'm outside. What's up? Yeah. You going to kill me in broad daylight and I'm going out like this? That's how I'm going to go out. You don't know when your time's coming. You just got to live. But all these other people that just have all these opinions are not even there. I don't want to hear it. You're not there. You're not seeing these people. You don't know me personally to know my life story, how much shit I got to go through, how much free money I really get. You know what I mean? You think if I was getting free checks, I'd be out here selling baseball caps that say MAGA on them and my T-shirts and my CDs? Think I'd give a shit if someone just said, here's millions of dollars, man? Yeah. Think I'd care about my country? No, I'd be one street away at the beach chilling all day, not caring about nothing. I built an empire. I built a brand. I got to stand for something. I got people that look to me and say, Blow, what's next? They can't go to Trump. They might never meet Trump in their life, but they're going to meet me at a rally. Yeah. So they look at me as like, yo, well, Blow's here. And I got respect for Blow. So I got a lot of people dependent on me. I can't stop.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think if anything, anyone's realized since the time that Trump left and Biden's come in, I think what it's done is sort of like shown how much of a fucking mind virus the woke shit is. You know, I think there's more independent people coming up. You know, the mainstream media, people don't trust it as much. There's more independent people like us that are coming up doing their own, whatever it might be, podcasts or like interview shows or documentary series on YouTube or whatever it might be. Mainly podcasts have come up more than anything.
Crazy
lately.
Podcasts.
And everybody can. There's no gatekeepers. You can have a voice, talk about whatever the fuck you want.
For now.
For now, yeah.
Because there was no gatekeepers of rap at one time. You know.
When?
Yeah. In the very beginning, I think there was a gatekeeper with rap, like being independent.
The labels.
But I don't have a label. I'm Billboard and going on charts, and my albums are selling.
Yeah, but in the beginning, early there was labels like.
There was labels, but I'm saying
80s
I'm just trying
70s
to. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Well, back then it was like they had 20 artists. They gave you 20 artists. Right. We got DMX. We got Jagged Edge for R&B, and these people you're going to listen to. We got Cameron, Dipset. That was law. Whatever they get, No Limit. Whatever they put in front of you was law. You had to play it.
Mm-hmm.
106 & Park gave you 10 songs. That's the 10 songs you're gonna put on a CD and bump.
Right.
Now, like you're trying
Now
to
you
say,
can listen to whatever you want.
So I think podcasts has grown. I just feel like at one time they're gonna make it so like, oh, you can't talk about this anymore. This can't be on Apple.
Oh, well,
Like,
they're already doing that.
I feel like
Yeah.
they're gonna start monitoring and be a little bit of a gatekeeper of what they're doing. I think this is the best thing ever. If you have a podcast talking about how much you love or hate Trump or politics or me, at least you're doing something with your life. I'm all for you.
Right.
I don't care. Everybody can have their own opinion. But I feel like when I have my own opinion, it's a big problem.
Yeah, like I said, I think the biggest thing that's getting exposed and sort of like getting hung out to dry is the woke shit. I don't know. Maybe that is just me
No,
and
I
my
think it
bubble,
is.
but I think across the board, I think people on the left are starting to realize how much of a fucking mind virus that was.
1000%. I got people that hit me up now and they're like, Blow, where you been? I'm like, my IG got deleted. And they're like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, what? I'm like, yeah, they banned me from social media.
Yeah.
They're like, damn, they went too far with that, man. Feel me? That's exactly what they say. They went too far banning you. You should have been able to talk how you want to talk.
Have you heard of the thing called, have you heard of horseshoe theory?
No.
So there's this podcast. I heard this girl on this podcast. It's called the IDG podcast. It's fucking great. And she brings up this thing called horseshoe theory. And basically it's the story of the bootlegger and the Baptist. Or I think it's the Baptist and the bootlegger. What do the Baptist and the bootlegger have in common? They both want alcohol to be illegal. The Baptist wants it to be illegal for moral and religious reasons. The bootlegger wants it to be illegal so he
So
can
they can
make
sell
money
it.
selling it,
Yeah.
right? So the KKK and woke leftists. There's the KKK and the woke, they both want segregation. There was this story of a school in Colorado. They had a playground where they pick a certain time of day every week for children of color to play. I swear to God, it's a real story. You can probably find it, Austin. Find the school.
Man, I got to find you, whoever giving you your TV shows. You'd have put me on 3 different shows
Bro.
I need to check out.
Bro,
I'm still watching Ozark.
There's a legit
Yeah.
school in Colorado who has a time of day every week for children of color to play only.
That's terrible.
It's fucking segregation. So it's a horseshoe theory. That's what the KKK wants.
That's terrible.
How fucking crazy is that?
That's terrible.
Anyways, that's horseshoe theory, and it fucking blew my mind when I heard
But I
that.
like the idea. You know, they want to be able to sell the alcohol. They want it for moral reasons.
Yeah,
but that's
for different
crazy
reasons.
to me.
Yeah,
That, you know, like,
completely opposite ends of the spectrum. They come to the same fucking conclusion.
wow. So this is
Colorado elementary school accused of segregation of her playground for families of color.
and this is legit.
Yeah, it's legit. Scroll up, Austin.
And
What's the name of
parents? The parents aren't throwing a fit about this.
Okay, this is Daily Mail. Scroll down. Denver, Colorado elementary school has sparked outrage with segregated playtime for families of color at its playground. The Centennial Elementary School organized the equity event for families of color to gather and play on December 8th. But critics have, but it's a real fucking thing.
That's
I don't know if they're
disgusting.
still doing it or not. Still doing it
Well,
or
it
not,
seems
but
like
it's
they
a real
are. This
fucking
is a
thing.
new message. or
Somebody
new,
had the
this is
idea to
newer
do
day.
this.
When was this from? 2021.
2021, yeah.
Maybe not.
But how fucking wild is that? That's what
Yeah. But
I think it,
We're,
I don't
but we're
know.
still having problems no matter what with everything. Nothing's ever going to be all the way done right. But that's just disgusting that we still have people that think like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what people don't think. Like I try to tell people, MAGA has no color. Like I told you when I came in here, they're all like, "Oh, there goes Blow, they're white supremacists." All my friends are black and they're Trump supporters.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're kind of the white boys that I'm with, they're still urban white boys like myself. They don't show that on these messages. You know, Vice and I was with 2 black people for my Vice interview. They didn't put them in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. They're trying to.
I'm saying
peddle
they were
an
there with me
identity.
at the photo shoot. They didn't talk about us, Blow, and 2 of his friends, African American
They
friends.
talked
went to
about how
Disney.
much they said you drank gallons of Dr. Pepper every day.
Yeah.
They
No, I told them I was on it.
Really?
The Mountain Dew. They said
This
that.
guy he said Blow, who drinks gallons of Coke and Dr. Pepper every day and eats
Because
Hooters.
I go to Hooters every day. But they said I was making a bet with my friend. If I had a soda, I got to pay him $1,000. But I told them I don't drink it because they were like, let's get a drink. And the lady, the reporter, she smoked. So she was like, you got any weed? And I'm like, I don't smoke. And they were like, you don't do drugs. They came for 3 days and they left 2 days a day early because I wasn't entertaining enough.
Yeah.
Then they wanted to come to my house and they were mad at letting them come to my house in the long run.
You didn't let them come to your house?
No, but should I let them come? Should I go to their house? Reason, so it was Easter. and I forgot it was Easter, and I had my whole family there.
Oh, really?
So I was like, my family's at Easter. I need you to come to my house. What do you need to come to my house for?
Yeah.
You're already writing a hit smash piece on me.
Right.
I took you to the studio, took you to my cars. They said they want to see some cars. I'll pull 6, 7 cars up, tell you where you want me to meet you. You do a vlog. Why you want to come in my house for? What are you going to put in my house and leave there?
Yeah.
You don't need to come to my house. I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
But I was going to let them come, but they didn't understand. They were pissed about that.
Were they really?
Yeah, they were pissed about it. But I had my sister who came in town, her husband, my nephews, my mom. I had about 10 people in town. I forgot it was Easter Sunday because you guys work like me. You're not thinking like, oh, I got a holiday coming up. You're just working. Then everybody's like, yo, it's a holiday. You're like, oh, okay. So I'll be there. And there was an issue, and they were kind of, I think, pissed off about it. But why you need to come to my house? You want to see where I take a shit?
Maybe they wanted to fucking
Bug it?
party, go and hang out in the pool or something.
I wanted to bug it.
To bug your house.
Who knows what they wanted to do?
Yeah. Well, bro, thanks for doing this, man.
I sweeped my Rolls Royce after they got out of it for bugs.
Did you really?
Yeah. Took it a roll. They say run or sweep this joint for me one time.
Dude, it's funny. If you
You
read the
find
comments
anything?
on any Vice video now, it's just like they fucking any post Vice does, especially on Instagram, just read the fucking comments. They just they shit on them so hard because
enjoy
they're
it. I enjoyed that, people like, even someone like, me and you might not have every same view, but we could still be cool, see each other 4 years later and still be like, like not saying you like Trump or not, but you might not be a diehard Trumper or whatever, but you could still be like, I like Blow, he can come on my podcast.
Hell yeah.
And chop it up with me and have a, discussion about stuff. That's, people don't do that these days. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the listeners.
Hell yeah, man.
Appreciate everybody.
Tell everyone that watching or listening where they can find your shit if they don't already know.
YouTube, Forgiato Blow, Forgiato Blow. And then Instagram, it's Mayor Blow. And Forgiato Blow USA for some merch. And make sure you follow these boys. They're doing a good job. I mean, I know y'all are huge, but I remember back when you were working with Ben and all these people, y'all were doing y'all thing. And it's just great to see you guys like get out of that situation, whatever, and then still keep your stuff. Because I feel like when people start, they have like a key factor of what they're building off. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's what you got to find somebody. That's why some people come to me. It's like he's entertaining, whatever. So I thought it was super cool when y'all started doing your own thing, and look where it's built, man. It's like y'all doing the next thing up. I feel.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Peace.